It's now time to bring you the news. And when they dropped out of school, many assumed they would end up like majority of their peers, lost and useless to society. But some young farmers at Tafo in Kumasi now own herds of bulls, and that's thanks to small savings and humble beginnings. Their cattle is of excellent quality, and one will cost you at least 10,000 Ghana cedis. On Workers' Day, JoyNews Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin tells the story of these young farmers who are making it beyond the odds.
Though they have not been able to continue their education, they are balancing life by providing what the world needs while impacting their own lives. One of the farmers, Jibril, Nashiru and Taru, takes me on a tour of their small farm, a model farm that says a lot about him and his colleagues in their 20s and 30s. In 2020, Jibril had nothing, but today he currently owns 4 bulls and has already sold some to help support his family.
Since the Nafari queue, benefiting the Nasamish chicken queue, Nagandi Alhamdulillah, Nadigna Samurfasi.
I've reaped many benefits from animal husbandry and have helped my parents care for my younger siblings while they pursue their education. Some of my friends have also joined in the animal rearing because of the numerous benefits. Other university graduates have also joined us.
If he had been faint-hearted, he would have given up on life because his teachers had told him that the grey matter between his shoulders could not propel him to success.
Some teachers frequently discourage students by telling them that we can only prosper through formal education, but this did not dampen my determination to pursue my dream of animal husbandry.
Together with his colleagues, they own about 100 bulls on a small plot in the middle of Old Tafo Zongo, a suburb of Kumasi. Ismail Abdallah, another senior high school graduate, is among the owners. Not everyone will be able to pursue formal education, but anyone can work and prosper. Because God is so good, I began by rearing sheep and goats and gradually progressed to cattle rearing. I began with 2 bulls, and by the grace of God, I now have 4 bulls with plans to increase the number as time goes on. He says they have no reason to become a burden on society simply because they dropped out or were unable to continue their education.
Our society believes that without formal education, one is unable to progress in life. However, there are numerous occupations that can also lead to success in life. We have some young people here who combine animal rearing and education, and they mostly use the proceeds from their animal sales to pay for their education. For those of us who are adults and married, we rely on the rearing and sale of animals to provide for our families.
The farm has become a model for many people in the area and beyond. Jaif Abdurazak is one of the farmers.
This is what we can do to help the nation. We are not doing it to help ourselves alone, but to help the nation. Whoever finds his child in this job should rather help the fellow than to kill the spirit of that person. We are not doing anything bad here. If you look around, you know that we are doing something good here.
The farmers continue to sell their bulls because the farm has limited space.
We have more than 13 Gerke here. Yeah, I'll just say it in our local language, Gerke. We have more than 13. And each Gerke takes more than 3 people. Some are even 4. Lack of land. We don't have space here. So that's why we are managing. If you look around, if you go any Gerke, you will see that more than 5 cows are there, 6, 7, but it's not for one person. Every day we're going up and down, up and down. Even to get water for them is always a problem. But still, we are trying our best. So we need prayers, we need support.
Those who previously thought life would treat these young men unfairly because they were unable to further their education would be filled with jealousy once they learn how much the farmers make.
Alhamdulillah,
We could buy a bull for 3,000 cedis or 4,000 cedis last year and rear it. You could sell it for around 8,000 cedis during Eid al-Adha. However, due to the current exchange rate, they could cost between 10,000 and 12,000 cedis or higher depending on the size of the bull. As a result, bulls are expensive this year. The sky is the limit for these cattle farmers. Everyone, according to them, holds the key to their destiny. What they do with it will determine the course of their lives. A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
Away from Workers' Day, Ghana is one of the countries most affected by malaria, with over 5 million cases reported annually. In the Obuasi municipality of the Ashanti region, the disease tops the list of OPD cases. However, the indoor residual spraying program by Anglo Gold Ashanti has eradicated about 70% of malaria in the area. There's more in the following report.
23 World Malaria Day celebration, Anglo Gold Ashanti has called on organizations to collaborate with the mind to accelerate the progress of achieving the theme of this year's celebration. Edmond Odru Ejay, stakeholder superintendent at Anglo Gold Ashanti, pledged continuous support to fight and totally eradicate malaria from the district.
What the records before program made by to Tonghua. Nurse or how much Edward so 70% there, Yetimi Akon Etia. Now, yes, all other partners. Now, institution.
We have made some progress in curtailing malaria in the district. We call on other organizations to collaborate with the mind to fight malaria.
Also say yes, other supporting organizations. So almost now Yetimi
Though efforts have been made to eliminate the disease, the Health Directorate says it is faced with the non-adherence to treated bed nets. Eric Etuani Ajiman is the District Director of Health at Adanse North.
Because adherence to the use of bed net sometimes becomes problematic. Bed nets have been given to you, the populace, just to hang it up and sleep in it. Yes, so people don't want to actually use the bed net. Again, when they visit the facilities and they are given treatment, adherence to treatment for the adult tablets or for general population is about 3 days. But once the person takes the first dose and the second dose and he becomes all right, he will not continue. Then the reoccurrence or still some parasite will be found in their bloodstream.
The district chief executive for Adanse North appealed to the Anglo Gold Ashanti to reintroduce the anti-malaria spraying exercise in the district to help rid mosquitoes. Eric Kwekukusi spoke at the commemoration of the 2023 World Malaria Day held at Ayase.
With the confirmation of the presence of a deadly new breed mosquito in the country known as Anopheles stephensi, I would like to make a passionate appeal to Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana to reintroduce the anti-malaria spraying exercise in the district to help rid mosquitoes out of the district.
This year's World Malaria Day is under the theme Time to Deliver Zero Malaria, Invest, Innovate, Implement. Anglo Gold Shanti donated treated nets and mosquito repellents to some senior high schools in the district. For JoyNews, Nana Boachi Dankwa Yadom reporting.
You're still watching the AM News with Bernice Abu-Baidoo Lansah. Now, the two traditional chiefs of Jimbale, whose rivalry led to the outbreak of intertribal conflict between Konkumbas and Bimobas in the community, have reaffirmed their pledge to sustain the peace of the area. They reassured their commitment to continue working together to ensure absolute restoration of peace, unity and harmony for the needed socio-economic development. Correspondent Ilyas Otanko reports.
The renovated health facility originally belonged to and was operated by the Lutheran Church Mission, which came to the area around the 1990s. The facility was established in 1994 by these German missionaries as a source of primary health care in the community and operated under their care until 2001, when they were compelled to abandon the facility and flee after a series of armed conflict between the two ethnic groups in the area. An attempt to revive the facility was again hampered by renewed violence in 2007, and since then the facility had been closed down, depriving the Jimbale community, which is the largest in the Junju-Naswane district, of access to healthcare services and other basic public services. However, the community on Monday, April 24, witnessed an outbreak of joy and happiness when a member of parliament for the area, Oscar Liwa, held a ceremony to recommission the facility after funding its renovations. The mini Deba held at the forecourt of the facility was attended by chiefs and people of the two ethnic groups and was characterized by drumming and dancing by the women in particular, who were more than excited to have a health facility at their doorstep. In his address to introduce the member of parliament as part of protocols, the district chief executive, Mr. Conlan Bitien, expressed gratitude on behalf of the assembly to the Lutheran Mission for releasing the facility and to the member of parliament for renovating it.
This afternoon, we are very grateful that the Lutheran Mission has started with the structure, and our honorable member of parliament has continued and completed the structure for us. Now that we are commissioning the facility to the community, that we try as much as possible and give the assistance that these nurses may need from us, so that they can put up their best for us.
Mr. Conlan Bitien called on the people there to continue to bury their differences and give peace a chance for the development of the area.
So I want to plead that if people have given us the hope and that our development factor, the very honorable man who is standing on his feet to ensure that the entire Junju-Naswane district get the development that we deserve, then Jimbale community should be an example place that any other community should copy with regard to peace.
The member of parliament, Oscar Liwa, also thanked the Lutheran Mission for the kind gesture and added that he considered the refurbishment of the facility as a great responsibility.
As a son of the land, I do not see any better legacy I could leave behind than providing the needed health care for my people. I am therefore so happy that this dream has become a reality on this day.
The MP also admonished the youth to eschew violence and embrace peace and not allow themselves to be used as tools to destabilize the area.
Peace is what everybody is yearning for. And with peace, as my honorable DC rightly said, many things will come. Many things like we are witnessing today will manifest. But when there is no peace, no developmental agent will be willing to invest in a conflict-prone area.
Also addressing the gathering were the two former rival traditional chiefs of the community. They both pledged to continue to work together to sustain the peace in the community.
We need to come together. The dispute or the conflicts can never save us. It is only destroying us. It's only tearing us apart. So today, we are saying, we the two chiefs are saying that, as for the youth, we won't allow them to misuse us away again.
Aside from the refurbishment works, the Member of Parliament also donated medical equipment for the immediate commencement of services and also a motorbike for the operations of the staff. The items were received by the District Director of Health Services, Yakubu Abdulrahman.
The best way we can run this is for us to have our chiefs, their elders, our community volunteers to support our health staff to deliver quality health service.
From Jimbale, Ilyas Sutanko reporting for Joy News.
Now, the Ghana Water Company has begun what it calls minimal spillage of excess water from the Wager Dam. The company is warning residents living downstream to begin evacuating the vicinity to avert disaster when the spillage begins. In a statement, the company says it will not hesitate to open the gate should the level go above 46.5 feet, so as not to compromise the integrity of the dam and to avert any disaster. Stanley Marte is Communications Manager of the Ghana Water Company Limited.
So yesterday in the evening, we started minimal spillage with one gate, and we are still monitoring the inflows so that we will increase it if the need arises. We have started minimal spillage because we want everybody to evacuate the area before we open the entire number of gates that we have. So it's essential that people, after hearing the announcement and the sensitization and everything that we've done within the communities, they will evacuate the area to forestall any eventuality. This one actually serves as a caution to everybody who lives in that area. We have sensitized people living downstream to evacuate the area, and also to ensure by putting pressure on the the municipal assembly to demolish structures that impede the flow of the water into the sea. We also have cautioned the municipal assembly to dredge the estuary where the Densu River enters the sea, so that there will be easy flow into the sea. All precautionary measures have been taken, and I expect that things will work out if everybody should perform its role or should take up its responsibilities effectively. We have informed the chiefs and assemblymen and everybody who matter in the area about what is about to happen. And even apart from that, we also expect that, knowing that we are in the rainy season, there's a high opportunity or high chance for the spill gates to be open. So we expect people who have experienced such disaster before to be more cautious and to move or evacuate the area to avert any disaster.
And that's how we end AM News today. I'll be back shortly, delving into issues and making headlines this day.